When you talked about monetizing social media, I realized we have a lot of young people who don't have jobs but could potentially earn from their smartphones.
We have young people on X who earn as much as 1.5, 2 million, 3 million every month.
What is it that pushes you, irrespective, to say, I'm going to serve young people, I'm going to fight for a better country?
Content creators all over the world are earning. Social media can turn into employment. Full-time employment. It can give you money that you would not ordinarily earn on these ordinary jobs. People like Kiria, people like the charity guy, Roxy, when you put their earnings together in a month, it could be between $700 to $1,000. In shillings, that's about 3.5 million.
I'm reconsidering my career, but we'll see.
We are in a country where technical ministries like ICT, you give it to politicians to head it. Why do you, for example, appoint a medical doctor to head Ministry of ICT?
Nova, have you earned over $1 million?
I earn an average of.
Welcome to yet another episode of the NUP Podcast. As usual, the host is Mwezi Joshua Lowell. Today I'm joined by, I think, a friend. The first time I saw you was the March to Parliament. I remember that. Was it Daily Monitor or New Vision? Front page picture.
Daily Monitor.
Daily Monitor. But I'm joined by Nova Gideon Kwikiriza. He has been the president of Ugandans on X. He has now started a private digital consultancy company called N&L. I should say you, the viewers, and I are not being charged for consultancy. We are here to work for the people. But you could also maybe add on that introduction if there's something you want people to know that is not included in what I just said.
Yeah, you I'm a business person, so when you don't mention that I am the CEO of Amajita Nachogi, I sell ghee, I feel offended. I am an events MC, a moderator, and a non-practicing journalist by profession.
Okay, thank you so much. But what really inspired me to have this conversation with you was that the other time I met you, at least in public, was at Parliament when the LOP was launching the alternative budget. And one of the things you talked about was the potential that the digital space has for this country. And you talked about your need for the leader of opposition's office to help you push in Parliament to make sure that young people can monetize their social media accounts and are able to earn from them. And truthful that this is my opinion, I don't know if you share the opinion, is that this government has not done enough to put money in the pockets of young people. Most of it is parish development model and all these sorts of things that are really political and not intended to bring out the intended purpose. But when you talked about monetizing social media, I realized we have a lot of young people who don't have jobs but could potentially earn from their smartphones. So that's why I specifically brought you here to teach our viewership, our party members, because as NUP, our role really is not just to contest power. The reason we are contesting for power is to put money in the pockets of Ugandans so that they can live better in their country, but that even before we enter government, we are able to demonstrate to these people that we can add value to them, and they need to trust the young people of this country need to trust us with this country to make them better and to articulate a future that is digital survey, tech survey that resonates with them and can give them money. That's my perception. I don't impose upon you my political ideas, but really this discussion is important because I've also seen you on X teaching people how to earn money from just being on X. So the purpose of this conversation really is how can we help the person who is viewing an ardent follower of NUP Podcast, a subscriber to NUP who gets to invest their data to watch us but cannot earn from that. So what I really maybe we could start with the avenues of how to make money off social media and then how to prepare to grow the social media. Because it's one thing to tell me I can earn, but I don't know how to be eligible to earn. So maybe we could start from there.
Wow, quite an interesting conversation that I really love. I'm passionate about. Of course, I'm passionate about it. but at the same time, it's frustrating that, first of all, Uganda is a young country, the second youngest in the whole world after Niger. A very young population. And I believe that should inform so much of government policy, of the services. As the government does what they do, they should be considerate of their population. But unfortunately, we tend to see that government is working on contrary. They are doing their own things. Anyway, I don't want to get there. But when you have a young country as Uganda, you need to really look at young people, the youth, think about them, plan for them. And we don't see that with our government. And that has caused, first of all, unemployment. Young people in Uganda have gone to schools and they are unemployed. Of course, they are angry and hungry because they feel sidelined, they feel left out, they feel not cared for. Even the small things, the spaces like social media, the digital platforms, where you would expect government to give a helping hand to support these young people. And first of all, digital platforms are not an initiative of government. They are foreign initiatives. All they need is to support the young people. And they are not doing it. So the advocacy that I've been pushing when I was President UX, and even now that I head a digital consultancy firm, N&L Digital Consultancy, is really for government to come through to be able to support young people to see how they can earn from these digital platforms. These digital platforms are paying. They are paying content creators all over the world. And content creators all over the world are earning. And I want to make this statement louder, that social media can turn into employment, full-time employment. And it can give you money, if we talk monetary terms, that you would not ordinarily earn on these ordinary jobs. So, we have digital platforms that include YouTube. Let's start with WhatsApp. WhatsApp has about 10 million users in Uganda. In number 2 is TikTok with about 9 million. YouTube is number 3 with about 6 million users. Snapchat with about 2.5 million users. Instagram with about 1.6 million users. And X with about 900,000 users. I didn't talk about Facebook because it was banned.
But people are there, but it's okay. Let's just
say
the figures are not there.
I'll also talk about the ban because this is some of the frustrations that I have with the government. So that's how these digital platforms are used. I didn't mention the LinkedIn and others because the numbers are really few. So these are global networks that allow ordinarily, without social media, for you to talk to a minister, especially a Ugandan minister, would be a problem. For you to convey your message, your frustration, your disappointment, your appreciation to those we call high profile, including celebrities. But today you wake up and make a tweet and it's seen by even the president of the country. You make a tweet and it's seen by Elon Musk, who is in the US, and you can have an exchange. Where would you have met these people ordinarily? Nowhere. So these are global villages. And it's incumbent on Uganda as a government and citizens to leverage on these global platforms where other countries are actually fighting for space. It's just like I've seen countries that are running to other planets to see if humans can survive there, so they can also start life there. So there is space. There is a planet called social media that was created, and it's now scramble and partitioning on the other side of the world. The other countries, they are fighting for that space to own it. They are trying to see how do we leverage on this social media planet to better our lives. What are we doing as Uganda? We are sleeping. If I give you an example, I've seen the president of Rwanda and the president of Kenya, because I'll talk about creator revenue share later. One of the platforms, which is TikTok, does not pay creator revenue share to a single African country.
What?
Yes, TikTok doesn't rate Africa.
So one of our young people could have watched maybe Bruno K. I'm just giving an example.
Yeah.
Who have numbers, so they don't earn from that in Africa.
There is a way they earn, but what they earn is not creator revenue share.
Okay, we'll get there.
Yes,
okay.
We'll get there. They earn gifts. But I have seen on several occasions the president of Rwanda, for example, and the president of Kenya question why aren't our content creators in our countries earning the creator revenue share? Why are they not earning it? Yeah? And for example, the president of Rwanda tasked the minister of ICT and said, can you please engage TikTok and know why our content creators are not earning here? This is the kind of thing we should be saying. Just to give context, Uganda is a lucky country. Do you know this kid that was born in a well-to-do family, but they don't know what they have? And you, on the other side, who comes from the families that where we come from, you're saying, I wish I was this kid. I wish this kid knows what they have. Because if they wanted capital 50 million, the parent is willing to say, you get it and do what you want to do, but they would rather be partying from Monday to Friday. So this is the problem with Uganda. Uganda is endowed with a citizenry that is so creative in all fields. Our content actually competes at a global level.
Have you ever gone to Orogezeko ghetto? Like Kawempe?
Yeah, I've been there.
Kids, people really abana bagezako very creative. Nice.
Yes, very creative. You even look at
they don't earn from their creativity.
Look at their content on TikTok.
Yes.
We have names that are breaking through now. We have the Masaka Ghetto Kids.
They are the Masaka Kids and the Ghetto Kids.
The Ghetto Kids and then the Masaka Kids. I think the Masaka Kids are breaking the TikTok.
Yeah, I saw their documentary.
We have Teng Teng. You've seen Teng Teng move, you know, because our content, our originality, our content is so original that it speaks to an African kind of setting. It has
a unique touch,
an organic touch. Yes, organic. An authentic organic touch that will sell everywhere else in the world. That is where government would come in and say, how do we support this sector that has emerged of social media? Yeah. So it's challenging that people like us who know so much, the potential that this sector has, the digital sector, the potential that it has, you don't see. And as a citizens, we've done our part. I have seen people say, you need to also do your part. We've done our part. The day Eddie Kenzo put out City Alosi, it was a bang on YouTube at the time. That's when actually YouTube came and started to pay content creators here in Uganda. He had done his part. The day these Masaka kids started dancing and they even got to big stages, The day Esther and who?
I don't remember but I remember
yeah, these two,
Esther
and Ezekiel.
Yeah.
The day their parents invested in them to groom that talent and then put it out, and they are at global stages, the citizens are doing what they are supposed to do. So what is missing here is the government intervention, the government being intentional, So I know you are as frustrated. I can see.
But me, sometimes you see, and me, I'm really critical that you talked about the president of Rwanda and Kenya, but you see our president is old, and age is not a problem if you're alive to the realities. You listen to his speeches, and he cannot articulate what the modern, not just Uganda, but a modern population, a modern world wants. So the things you're talking about, sometimes, if you talk to Joel Senyonyi, immediately he picks. If you talk to Bobby Wine, our president, that's his area. But I don't think Museveni would understand. So I get that, and it's good that you articulate. But maybe
but
one
you
of
see,
the
Lawyer,
things that
the problem, if I may interrupt you, the problem is lack of systems. Why should the president be the one to understand when you have a whole ministry of ICT? If he had given them powers to work, to do their job, the job they are supposed to do, we wouldn't need him to understand. I think what you're talking about is more a leadership question. That's a problem. Mm-hmm. We don't need the president to understand. We need the minister of ICT to understand. But we are in a country where technical ministries like ICT, you give it to politicians to head it. Why? I don't want to mention names, but I will. Why do you, for example, appoint a medical doctor to head a ministry of ICT? I understand they are political and administrative heads, but what's wrong with having a minister who has the technical know-how as well?
Who can provide the political and direction?
Yes. Are you saying that is your argument that that technical people cannot be politicians?
Or is it that all the possible people you could appoint, none of them knows these things?
Exactly, because Lawyer, you go to university and choose a specific course for specific reasons. It's either passion, or it's because you think that's what you know, that's what you can do.
That's what you can manage.
Exactly. But the bigger percentage is passion. So the moment someone sits to do ICT, they do ICT bachelor's, then they do a master's in ICT.
So they care.
They care. They love it. They are passionate. They will give you technical output that's backed by passion. And that's what we need. You get a medical doctor and place them in ICT, and they will wait for the permanent secretary. They don't know what they are talking about. They sit in cabinet where decisions are made, So, I don't know what. But
we must thrive. We must find a way of how our people can, make a living out of these platforms. So maybe the discussion you're going to have is irrespective. I think from the Office of Leader of Opposition has a lot of goodwill. Our party has a lot of goodwill, but I don't know. We will keep calling upon government at parliament level, at alternative policy level, to make sure government really prioritizes this area. But while we do that, let's maybe provide some value to our viewers. First, on what are the ways in which they can earn from their social media, and then the second part could be about how to grow their following.
I think better we start with the growing, then end with the earning, because you have to grow first for you to earn. What do you think?
Yeah, but people, it's how the human psyche works. That's what I think. First is you present the incentive, then.
And when you start with the incentive, they won't listen to the next.
No,
part.
Because see, if I told you there's money there, you'll be interested in asking, how do I get that money? But
okay. So let's start with the earning. So there are three major ways in which young people can earn from social media. The first one is trading online business. If you have WhatsApp that has 1,000, you have 1,000 contacts, WhatsApp numbers, what are you using them for? You have 200 people who watch your status every day, your WhatsApp status every day. What are you using it for? Lower, we are in an era where you do not need starting capital to start a business. And I want to say this in the camera. We are in an era where you do not need starting capital to start a business. All you need is to have social media following. I know young people who go to town, sit, they will find you lower with your boutique. You sell gents shirts, So me, Nova, who has my numbers on WhatsApp, on TikTok, on X, on Instagram, on Snapchat, I'll come to you and say, Lower, I want to help you sell those shirts. Okoma maker, what's your last price on every shirt? Say 25,000 is my last price. So this young person would say, I'm going to help you sell. I'll just give you 25,000. So you say, okay, good. I would want to have more sales. So this person comes with their phone. They take photos of their shirts every day. They post on their WhatsApp status. They post on their Instagram. They post on their Facebook, TikTok, and everything. And before you know it, they are selling 5 shirts a day, each at 50,000. Yeah, each at 50,000.
Which means they get 25,000.
They get 25,000. Yes.
Ngatemuli rent, transport.
There's data of like 2,000 a day. Data of like 2K. That's what they need. They already had the phone.
No KCCA levy.
There's nothing. And you, who is paying KCCA, who is paying rent, who is paying VAT you are getting 5,000.
Even the person who transports the material to your shop.
Exactly. You are getting 5,000 off every shirt. This young man or woman who is investing literally nothing is getting double what you are selling. And people have now evolved. They love convenience. People no longer have time to go to shops to buy things. Actually, COVID even, I think, accelerated that. So people want convenience. So I want to be at office and get a good shirt. I want to be at office and get fruits. I want to be at office and get shoes. I want to be at office and get whatever I want. So if someone can bring it to me, how much is delivery? I am in town. Hey, delivery is 5,000. I'm telling you this because I run an online business. I'm a Juta Nachogi. 99.9% of my clients are online. What do? They see a product on X. They will call you. Someone says, I've been buying bad ghee. Make sure your ghee is good. You send it to them. They pay delivery of 5K, 2K, and they don't have a problem as long as it finds them where they are. So we have young people who are doing that. We have young people who are running their own businesses. When you go to TikTok, you will see, I think I've seen many ladies who are selling those body creams and whatever. They are live all the time and they are making sales. They are making a fortune out of that. So if you are a young person, you are buying data, the same data that I buy.
Because you view TikTok videos.
You probably are holding a more expensive phone than I do, but I'm making money off social media and you're not making anything. You are here crying. We said, when you are starting this specific conversation, you said, let's leave the constants. We are supposed to thrive. That's what you said. Exactly. So let's assume capital toina, you don't have capital.
We are speaking to that young person.
Exactly.
Because some people are even in corporate jobs, these good jobs, but they are suffocated.
Exactly.
They are looking for how to make money.
When we give some of our stories, when we share them, people think by inspirational, motivational speakers, Balimba. But me, all I needed was to grow my social media following. And from my village where I come from, ghee is there. Even my mother makes some ghee. So I only needed to say, Mom, I need 10 kgs to start my business, and make it look like I have 100 kgs on X. Yeah? So the moment the ghee is ordered, I call home and say, I need more ghee. And that's how the business has been growing. I have been talking to university students. So when I was president of UX, I said, you don't need to first leave university to start a business. Start with your friends at university. What do they need? If they are young girls, they need jewelry. They need rings, they need earpieces, they need necklaces, they need all these things, piercings. Why don't you start and post them on your WhatsApp? Because you have a group of your colleagues, your fellow young people at the same university who would want those things. They will support you because you're... So even if you're making 10,000 a month, it's better than nothing, sitting and waiting for your parents. So that's one way of earning online businesses. Number 2 is influencing. Influencers, those we refer to as influencers in our language of social media, are those who own accounts that have many followers. And they are also categorized. We have macro and micro, influencers, depending on their numbers. But so you get what we call gigs. You get endorsements from companies because they believe that you have visibility that they need to sell whatever they are selling, whether it's a product, a service, or a campaign. So you have to sit and think of how to grow an authentic audience of followers on your social media. That's something we can talk about. I don't know if we have time, but we shall talk about the growth. So that's another way. And I know for a fact, I know young people who are earning as much as 5 million from gigs. Just on X, I'm talking about X now. Just on X. I know...
Twitter. X is Twitter.
X is Twitter. I know people like Kasuku who are doing it on YouTube and others. Kasuku has many endorsements on his videos now, and he's making good money. You cannot tell Kasuku now to go back to the traditional journalism, to go and be employed. How much are you going to pay him? He's making a fortune off YouTube. Then there are other TikTokers. I've seen Dr. Chimera and what's her name? I think they are a collabo now. That girl, I'm forgetting the name, but you know the couple I'm talking about. The pair.
Not couple.
Yeah, the pair. So every video of theirs that you see today is a gig. There is a way they craft it. It starts as content and it ends when they are advertising something. And I know most of these influencers don't want to talk about how much they are paid.
You've completed that.
They don't want to talk about how much they are paid, but me, for as long as I know, I'll say it so that I can motivate another young person. So I know for such a couple, they will not do a single video for you if you don't have 500,000 to 1 million. One video like this. One video. I know TikTokers who don't work for less than 1 million. One video. They will tell you.
Kamu, that we see on TikTok.
Yes.
1 minute or 2 minutes.
2 minutes. One video. 500,000.
Do you know
1 million.
Do you know how
2
much?
million.
How much work people have to do to earn 1 million?
So if this person can make 10 videos a month, and they are being paid 500,000, that's 5 million.
What?
That's 5 million.
Because I think I watched Dr. Chimel at some point, but I was talking about the contrast between being a doctor and actually doing content, and he was saying that he actually earns more from content.
Exactly. If you talk to a person like Bruno K, will tell you he's now earning more from social media than he earns from music.
I think, but also I think there's also like a mindset thing. Eh? Of course, we have left our leaders, but even society, I think there is... people haven't actually realized the potential that is in digital the digital industry, and they also still have this bias. They don't think it's a serious job, and yet people in other countries, this is big business.
You see, Lower, I think that this is why we are doing this, so we can let people understand what they are missing or what they think. So if we attach figures to these conversations, then people will start to understand. If I tell you that there are YouTubers who earn as much as $5,000 per month,
that is okay. You say it in Ugandan shilling.
$5,000 is how much?
Like 18 million.
Let's
18 is.
Let's do the math here. I wasn't good at math, so I don't want to lie. 5,000 times 3,600, right? About 18 million.
18 million, yes.
Every month. Bameka abazifuna in even
no also kugulawo ne wa boutique no importing and water. You get your stock from China. It reaches here with all the risks. You're energy quantum taxes, even the delays, the flooding downtown. You'll never get that money.
Even ministers, some of them don't get this amount. The official pay they get, apart from these other gigs.
I have fairly worked with MPs and whatnot. If you get the money they earn minus what they spend in the constituency, they don't have that money.
So I think if we start to attach, but let's not go into 18 million shillings. Let's not get that far. We have young people on X alone, Twitter alone, who earn as much as 1.5, 2 million, 3 million every month.
Now, have you earned over a million?
I earn an average of 1.5 million every month from my X account. Yes.
What?
An average of
like
1.5 million.
Make?
Yes, from just
a tweet.
And you don't see me even.
The move video. There's no production.
There's nothing. All I invest is data and the mind. And you see me, my account. I'm not even intentional.
Because most of the things I see talk about activism, social issues, injustice.
Social issues.
Injustice.
I haven't put my mind to say, let me actually work towards earning money. If I was doing so, I would even be getting $1,000 to $2,000.
Do you know why that shocks? I have been in the I won't say corporate, but like office jobs. I can tell you, there are young people who finish university, struggle, take long to get a job, and when they get a job, they are paid whether 1.5, even 1.5 is a lot of money. When you remove NSSF, pay as you earn.
Transport every day.
No, let's leave that. I mean the net money. Total demo costs, total demo transport here, where they stay. That will even go in debts. People take home 700, 800. But what you're telling me is, when taxes are removed, everything, you can earn 1 million just from tweeting.
Which taxes are you talking about?
I don't know.
Which taxes are you removing? There are no taxes. There are no taxes.
What?
You know,
what?
The taxes are actually on the other end. These digital platforms, when they are paying creator revenue share, that's where I was getting to.
Because there are people I know like Kiria, like D, like the D's. Maybe those are the ones I know, but I can imagine how much money.
Now people like Kiria, people like the charity guy, Roxy, people like Carol Prim. I am very sure when you put their earnings together in a month, it could be between $700 to $1,000.
How much in shillings? Let's talk in shillings.
Okay, in shillings, that's about 3.5 million.
From just tweeting?
From tweeting, X alone.
He has not opened a shop, he has not carried on Google, he has not written.
They just buy data, and you will be shocked that some of these are even employed somewhere. So they are earning.
So they just tweet like at lunchtime?
Yes. Kiria has a shop that sells spare parts. So he'll be at his shop. You know how business people be. He'll be seated there the whole day. He may not even be getting clients from there.
He will sit here with his people, they get the chibos, then he tweets when they're jazzing.
Exactly. So all you need to understand is how to tweet, to make posts that give you engagement. So let me get to the third mode, which is what we are talking about, the creator revenue share.
No. I'm reconsidering my career, but proceed.
We have something called the creator revenue share. Creator revenue share is the money.
You have to break it down because now the English has.
Let me break it down. when what digital platforms sell is advertisement. That's what they sell. That's their product. Yeah. So for them, they created a platform, and advertising companies come to advertise. So they created global villages. Yeah. They help advertisers to reach global markets. Huh? So, but you are the medium through which the digital platforms reach the global markets. Because if assuming YouTube opened and no one opened a YouTube channel, then there is no way YouTube would be known in the world, and there is no way they would have advertising companies advertising.
No, what you're going to do while explaining this, because now I'm interested, but also my viewers, I look at the analytics of my audience. You may need to avoid concepts like global markets. Let's say all the people who watch in the world or who use okay. So I need it, because I need people to understand that a lot of young people are really struggling to make money. So this is why this masterclass is important. Yeah. So
let's assume that YouTube or X or Instagram is TV. TV zitunda bulango. That's their business. So the same applies to these digital platforms.
Like YouTube.
So when YouTube opened, they wanted to reach everyone in the whole world. They made it easier for everyone to have their own plot, their own space on their shop, on their platform. And by doing that, they wanted to spread to reach everyone in the world. Yeah? But there is no way they would have achieved that goal if me and you or the other ordinary Ugandans did not open YouTube channels. Okay? So all of us, when we open YouTube channels, we are helping YouTube to achieve their goal of reaching all the people in the world. Okay? Now, then they will go back to the advertising companies. Just companies like we can talk about companies here, MTN, Airtel, Shell, Pepsi, you know? But we are now talking about global companies that have the capacity to advertise with these. Because it's a game of numbers. So YouTube will go to, say, let me give an example of like Adidas or Coca-Cola. I'm giving examples of global, you know.
I don't even know what you mean, but proceed.
Yes. So they will go to them and say, we have out of the, we about 8 billion. Out of the 8 billion, we have, say, 1 billion. These viewers on YouTube. Viewers in the whole world. So when you advertise with us, it is possible that out of 1 billion, your product will be seen will be viewed by
let's say 500 million.
500 million. And that's what the advertiser wants. So now,
the same way we have been marketing on TV.
Exactly.
And hoping that people in the audience are doing. Yes.
Now the advantage here is that you can track and know how many have watched.
Analytics, yes.
You will get the analytics. So now I am still explaining the creator revenue share. So there is no way then YouTube or X would have reached the Ugandan market if Lawyer or if Nova or if Kiria or if Kasuku hadn't opened a YouTube channel. When you open a YouTube channel, an X handle, Instagram, you get followers. The first followers you will get are those around you, and those are Ugandans. When you look at how many people follow the Kasuku live, you realize that there are foreigners who are following, but most of like 90 or 80% of the followers are Ugandans. So now YouTube says there is no way we would have reached the Ugandan market if it wasn't for Kasuku opening a YouTube channel and getting followers. Then for us, we are able to put our adverts, and his followers from Uganda are able to see our adverts and buy and support the company.
Like
So
Jumia, I see a lot of, anyway, shouldn't be marketing, but I
Yes.
see Jumia, I see MTN, I see Airtel.
Exactly.
Yes.
They
Because every time you're going on YouTube, there's that
ad.
That ad that first comes.
Yes,
and
that
then-
first card.
Yes.
That first comes that we normally skip. Skipping
Yes.
is not good. It's bad. We should avoid it as a population.
It's annoying.
Especially when you want, if we are intentional on supporting the growth of our digital. When you skip, you are denying the content creator $1.
Really?
Yes.
So if you're watching the NUP podcast,
Yes, you are.
Like
I
this
can see.
podcast?
I can see
Yes.
Jolaga.
and there is an advert of whatever company, and because someone wants to watch me, they click very fast and skip. It would mean that NUP podcast wouldn't get that revenue share.
Yes, they
that
want.
money,
They
that
want to
company.
watch you, but YouTube is not interested in your content. They are interested in their advert.
being seen.
So the more it is seen, the more money you get.
Oh.
The more it is seen. That's why I've been telling podcasters, when you are on your podcast, encourage people to watch those adverts. They shouldn't skip.
Because they're the ones which will give you money.
Exactly. So YouTube wants people to watch their adverts because they are also, if you now understand it, they are also right. That is where they get money from the advertisers. So now they thought it fair that us as YouTube alone, us as X alone, us as Instagram alone, we wouldn't have reached specific groups of people in the world if it wasn't for those people opening up channels on our platform and getting followers from those specific areas in the country. So they said it is only fair enough that when we get money, you said I should use basic language. When we get money from the advertisers, we get a portion and share with Lawyer, who gave us the opportunity to reach the Ugandan market. That is what we call creator revenue share.
That's what they give. They break from
Yes,
me as
a portion.
creator, and they pay me.
And they pay you. And they say, Lawyer, thank you. You have helped us to reach the Ugandan market. You have helped our advertiser to reach the Ugandan population. That's the creator revenue share. On YouTube, it's called the YouTube Partner Program. So on YouTube, there are specific requirements that you need. First of all, you need 1,000 subscribers on your channel.
First, you're almost making 10,000, but proceed.
You're good. Then you need...
So you people, please subscribe.
Yes.
If you want the party to keep bringing for you, people will help you.
You need 1,000 subscribers. You need 4,000 watch hours on the long videos. Now the video like this one, you need 4,000 watch hours. Watch hours means the people who...
The total number of people
the total
who have
number
watched you.
of people who have watched
At the time
you.
they have spent watching you.
Yes, they have spent watching
So
you.
if I watch for 15 minutes, someone else watches for 20 minutes, that's 70 minutes.
Exactly.
1 hour and 10 minutes.
Yes.
Those are the hours we're talking
Exactly.
about. So this is how we are not yet making enough money to sustain the podcast, but I would say, which example can I give? Kasuku, that's how they would earn if they were
Exactly.
they were eligible to
No, the what I'm talking about is the qualifier.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm saying is those are the number of hours.
Yes.
If you, okay, let me give you this example. If you open a YouTube channel,
Yes.
those are the number of hours people watching you need for you to start to be able to earn.
To be enrolled on the YouTube Partner Program. You are now considered to be a partner. You are no longer just a user of YouTube. You are a partner. So 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours in 12 months. That's in a year. Actually, that's how open it is. Someone may think that you need to hit that in 1 month. No, it's in 12 months. The watch hours are in 12 months. The moment you hit them in a period of 12 months, then when you already have 1,000 subscribers, you're
but I know
you're
from
enrolled.
the NUP podcast experience is that even if you hit them in 1 month, you can monetize.
Yes, you can monetize. Even if it's 1 day. If you put out a banger video and it gets them in 1 day, you will. On X, that was YouTube. That's a qualifier. Once you get there, you will start to see. It depends on the views you'll be getting. That's how much money you'll be earning. On X, you need 500 verified followers. Just 500. Abantu bitano. Abaina ka blue tick. And the blue tick now, tukasasulira, we pay for that blue tick.
How much is it?
It's about $5 per month. Twalonga gumu kanana.
Okay.
Gumunga kanana. So those who have a blue, those who have a blue tick, you need 500 of them. Then you need 5 million impressions in 3 months. 5 million. 5 million, you realize that on X, when you're an active account, it's not problematic. So that's the qualifier. Those are the only 2 things they need for you to enroll.
So as long as you get those things,
you start earning.
But Nova, that's the bit of how people actually earn money, and this is how the eligibility. But there's someone out there who is saying, of course there is money, but I am here seated with my 10 followers on X, Twitter. I started my YouTube channel. But okay, let's talk about X specifically. How does someone who is at that level going to grow their account for them to become eligible to be able to earn the money that you're talking about? Because there are people who will hear and say, but for us, what should we do? I know that because, like I told you, you move in society, young people want to survive, want to earn a living. Some have even reached the brackets for dating, even marrying, but so you don't know, like this country, by the way, this country can suffocate you, and when you look at the leadership, there's no hope. So there's a person who is there, he has his 20 followers, he has only 1,000, and he's saying, how do I grow my account to be eligible? And our time is fast spent, but you could,
Account growth depends on so many things, but the key things that I want to talk about today, one is why, the question of why. Why are you opening a YouTube channel? Why are you opening an X account? Why are you opening a Snapchat account? Why are you, why? You need to sit down. Now that we know that this is a money-making venture, so you can't just wake up and start something. You need to strategize. You need to be strategic. You need to think and say, I'm going to start a YouTube channel, but what do I want? I want to make money out of it. Okay? I think we are talking about money right now. Because whatever you're saying about how frustrating Uganda is, I agree with you entirely. Young people are hopeless. They don't know what they are going to do tomorrow or the other day. They don't even know if they are going to eat. So now you are opening up a channel or an account on a digital platform. X, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever you can mention. Why are you opening it? Let's assume that we all now want to make money. Okay? That's the target. So you will have to understand the dynamics of each platform. How does it operate? And I want to let young people understand that knowledge is everywhere today. You have AI tools, you have ChatGPT, you have gone to school. You can read and understand basic things. You'll not get everything from Nova or from this podcast. Nova will give you the foundation. You will need to go and build it. So the question of why is we want to make money. How do we make money on YouTube? Okay? So if it's YouTube, it's video content. So the quality matters and the content in the video also matters. What are you talking about? What are you showing? What are you, That's one thing that you need to really understand. How does YouTube work in Uganda? Which target market which audience are you targeting? Oyagala baani bakulabe. And I will try to give examples of the things that entertain us on YouTube so that people can know. We have a guy, I think he calls himself shirtless something. He doesn't put on a shirt.
Or TikTok?
Yes.
Shirtless boss something.
Something like that.
He does rap.
Yes, he also is getting those ghetto kids rapping. Yes, you know?
He's shirtless boss.
Yes. So you can clearly see that his target market is the ghetto. He's helping these young people put out their talents. Showcasing their talent. But his target audience is the ghetto.
And us who...
And us, of course.
Who enjoy rap, who enjoy...
Yes.
Who relate with the ghetto.
Who relate with the ghetto. You will see a podcast like Romantic Mchigas on YouTube. He's targeting marriage. He's targeting relationships.
Not most of us. I'm not yet married, but I was going to say most people. Okay, even us. People are struggling with relationships. They're trying to figure it out. So maybe all of us are concerned.
So Romantic Mchiga gives a clear explanation of what I'm talking about. He sat down and thought of what content he's going to put out there. It's not something that he just, you know. If you look at there's a Runyankore podcast that's called Shtama na Nyamwiza. It brings out people's profiles, background to inspire.
So just look for people.
Lower, where are you born? Where do you come from? Where you know this.
I mean, we look at all these people who inspire us, the celebrities, and like. But
exactly.
This person.
So you realize that for her, she targeted the Runyankore speaking people. You know, so you have to know.
I think we used to have some of these audiences on radio when we were growing up on TV, but it's really accessible. It's traditional.
Exactly.
But you have on YouTube and it's creative and I think well produced.
So you have to know your target audience, who you're targeting. Even on X, as you make a post, who are you targeting? For example, when I am posting, most of the time, because I have most of my posts are activism, advocating for good governance and all these things. I am either talking to Ugandans to educate them or to awaken them to see the realities and to know what they deserve, or I am talking to a government official who is in a certain office and is not doing their job or is corrupt or is, you know. These are the two people that are the two classes, the two groups of people that I'm targeting every time I put out. When I am posting about monetization of digital platforms, I am targeting both the government, telling them that here is a sector that you can support, but I am also talking to everyone who is on these digital platforms and who is a potential money maker. You know, so who is your target audience? Number 2, the niche. Is it niche or niche?
Niche.
Niche is for you people who went to good schools.
Niche.
Okay,
but you say what you want.
The niche. The problem that we have with our digital content creators in Uganda, including the influencers that I talked about, is they lack a sense of direction. They influence everything. They do content on everything. That's not sustainable. If we are talking about sustainability of a digital economy, we have to be just like professionals. What is it called? Being specific. Specializing. Just like professionals specialize. Yeah? We also need to have content creators that specialize.
It'd be like shirtless boss and say, me, it's the ghetto, it's rap, it's
exactly
culture, yeah.
It's culture. Be like Lower and say it's no podcast, it's
political, but we speak for people who are
exactly. If you let's be more specific. And I want to relate this to an ordinary person because I believe that's what this podcast is about. Lower.
Yeah. Our people.
Bobanga oli kanaabe nga you wash cars, that can turn into content. Where you wash cars from, you can either choose to make it a dance. You wash cars when you're dancing. You can choose to talk about washing cars if you believe you have, or bukugo obumala. You get your phone, you have smartphones, and start recording yourself telling people when you're washing a car, you need to do this, you do this. Kate buzibu, emotoka muzikwata wano, ne bazikalabula. You also teach your colleagues who are in the same job the professionalism. Bw'obanga oli musiisi wa chapati, osobola okukolamu content. Some of us even want to learn how to make those chapatis at our homes. We don't know.
Even if you leave that, is there, because the thing about TikTok is that it's not viewed just by Ugandans. So maybe Ugandans know how to make a Rolex. But there are many people in other countries.
Yes.
Both gender exciting.
Exactly.
To excite them. I can tell you, this is not to take a credit, but you've seen like our Ugandan content creators, you say, that one I know. I also know, I know that. But because there is an audience which doesn't know that this is what happens in Uganda or Africa, they will like it and they enjoy it. Yes.
So
but also, I have seen a guy who just eats pork. Like not all of us, but most people eat pork.
Exactly. I know that guy who's always eating pork. And he doesn't even say a lot of words. He's just eating pork.
And all of us eat pork, but somehow people want to watch him. Yes.
Exactly.
And
there's another guy I see on TikTok. He's not Ugandan, but he always has these dishes of food. I think he does it with the wife and the kid. They bring each dish and put and remove the dish, and the food is on it's very hot. It's on their table and they start to eat. It's their content. So what I am telling Ugandan content creators, you need to be known for something. That's the niche. People need to know you for something. You can't be here and there and there and everywhere.
Jack of all
yes.
trades, yes.
So, and that niche should come from you as what is your personality, because that's the only way you're going to sustain that niche. You don't need to just create it. You don't need to act it. You need to be it. That's why yes, that's why you see
there are people who are really good at sports. I can tell the entire Baka team from like 2010 up to...
Exactly.
Yes.
You love that. Make it content. If you love football, soccer, you're a good player. Probably you didn't get a chance to be on the national team or something, but you can dribble. Record yourself dribbling. If you are anything that you do in your daily life can turn into content. I have seen people who teach us how to dress. They tell you what's that suit? Tuxedo?
Okay,
tuxedo. You don't put it on this way. You don't, and somehow they are also selling a clothing line. But you need to find a niche that you are known for this and that. We need to be specific. We need to specialize. If you're talking about tourism as a content creator, you can't also talk about the entire tourism. You can say my job is going to be to talk about accommodation facilities.
Wildlife. You're
going to say I am a budding influencer. But a content creator. When you go to national parks, you only talk about birds. You can say, I am going to talk about... Let me talk about this, Lawyer. I have friends of mine who love to go to bars to drink every day. Some of them are even unemployed. Some of them don't have enough. Yeah? How many bar influencers, content creators do you know, Lawel, in Uganda?
None. The only person I could have talked to, it's because she's a celebrity, or Sheila. I hear,
Sheila is a night host.
Yeah.
She's Sheila, a night host. That's different. Hosting is different from content creating for bars.
Okay. Yeah.
We need to get someone who goes to bars, drinks beer, tells us their experience in that bar, the service, the washrooms,
Racha
agendao. Then go to another bar and say this. They can even criticize. That's how we improve even the
but
bar
the market
business.
is there. A lot of people drink. They go to bars every Friday. I see people say they are going for jazz night, band nights.
You know, we need to know which one is the best band night. We need someone who can categorize them and say from Monday to Friday these are the band nights.
Yeah,
but
this people see this on TV. But I know that people really don't watch TV.
This night that I wish I could do everything, but I can't. This is what I'm talking about. Food. Apart from chefs, we've seen chefs, but we need someone who eats food and tastes it and goes to restaurants, so that restaurants start to call you and say, please come and eat from our place. First of all, you have
all that we don't have to experience it. Someone had already told us what's good. And
exactly.
But Nova, you've talked a lot. I'm just as we conclude, I'm just going to ask you a personal question. You were the president of Ugandans on X, and there were presidents before who I would say maybe they performed in different aspects or ticked different checklists, but you used that platform to but be part of the young people who demonstrated against the corruption at Parliament during the March to Parliament. When we were receiving the alternative budget by law, you were advocating for young people, for Parliament to push for monetizing X, for example, and digital inclusion. Maybe at that time one could say you were president of your X, right? But today you decided to run a private company in Andale consultancy. You've come here to teach Ugandans, especially our followers, young people who government has failed, for free. And because I want to confirm that this we are getting for free. My question would be, why are you doing it? Why are you doing it for me or for people having? Why are you doing it for free? Why do you do all those things? I ask that because not everyone does that. I mean, you could go make your millions on X, do other things, make money out of this. What is it that pushes you, irrespective, to say, I'm going to serve young people, I'm going to fight for a better country?
First of all, I'm a father of a very beautiful daughter.
Mm-hmm.
If we leave the country the way we found it, then our children are going to find the same country that we inherited. So when we try to contribute to improve the society, it comes back to us and our children and our grandchildren. I always when I look at my daughter, because we are about 17,000 content creators across all digital platforms in Uganda, and I can see the potential. So I always look at Uganda, where we have 1 million content creators. That's probably my daughter's time when she will be a young girl. When we have 1 million, I can imagine the opportunities. That is one that I am looking at the future of this country, those that will live after me. But most importantly, I think it's the understanding that as a person, I can run fast, but as a people, we can go far.
If everyone is involved, then...
If, for example, I told you I earn...
let's say 1.5.
I earn 1.5 million a month from X. If our number grew from 900,000 users to 2 million users, I would be probably earning 3 million per month. Yeah? So...
Many people would verify their accounts, many people would,
Exactly. But also the satisfaction that comes with sharing knowledge, seeing other people win from the knowledge that you shared. Every time I see young people on X, because honestly speaking, this conversation of monetization of digital platforms, I believe that it wasn't talked about so much before I started talking about it. So the satisfaction that comes with seeing more young people on X aggressively working towards earning. Now, me as a person who was receiving information from these young people would send me messages. President, I haven't eaten today. President, my daughter is in the hospital. I don't even know what to do. President, my mother is dying. President,
they are coming to the president of X.
Yes, of X. I can show you these messages and they are emotional. You won't believe what young people in Uganda are going through. At the start, when I had just become president and I started doing these things, I thought I could help everyone. Unfortunately, I realized I couldn't. So you get to a point where you get used to these messages. But you look at a person now, a young person comes and gives you feedback. Says, President, I am so grateful that at the time I had numbers, but I didn't know how to use them. Right now, as you can see, because it's still me through the N&L digital consultancy firm, I am helping them process. Actually, I didn't talk about that. I think I deserve a minute to talk about,
as you conclude, yeah,
about how we are failing to even earn the money that we receive from X. So a young person comes and says, I can now get 500,000 every 2 weeks. I can now get 500,000 a month. At least now I can pay my rent. At least now I can send 100,000 to my mother in the village. At least now I can feed my family off the creator revenue share. Someone will come out and say, at least now I started a small business and every day I get a client or two and I get off some profit. As I conclude, I want to say this to the leaders, the government, including the leader of opposition. And I should say this, Lawel. I talked to the leader of opposition. I didn't get any help. I know I'm an honest person. So as much as you said earlier that they have the goodwill, I haven't seen it. So maybe probably if they should see this as well. Leaders, our job as citizens is to tell them how they can help us. Then we cannot be running after them to help us again after doing that. They should now say, So government, we have X, Twitter. It's operating in Uganda. X as a company pays creators in Uganda. But X hired a fintech company called Stripe to process the creator revenue share for all X users in the world. What Stripe did also, they bought a Nigerian-based fintech company in 2020 called Paystack. So Paystack is a subsidiary company to Stripe. And Paystack is the African arm of Stripe. So Paystack has offices in Rwanda. Paystack has offices in Kenya. So these global fintech companies, money processing companies, cannot operate in a country where they are not authorized. So in Uganda, we receive, when I show you my X now, you can see how much money I earn every 2 weeks. But I cannot cash out that money because we don't have the Stripe system in Uganda. What they need to do is to come, is the government to reach out to them, authorize them so they can integrate their system into our banking system. So that when your money comes, Lawel, it sits on the Stripe account and then sits on your bank account. Then you go to a bank and withdraw it. What we are doing right now is we have to reach out to Kenyans. We have to reach out to people in Rwanda, South Africa, and other countries where Stripe is operational. And someone would say I should have been selfish because I am helping Ugandans to process that payment. I could have chosen to be selfish and keep it to myself. But at the end of it all, in the long run, we don't win as a country. We don't win as a people. So I am calling out government. Please engage Paystack. Talk to your counterparts in Rwanda and Kenya. Ask them how their content creators on X are cashing out their money. It's as simple as that. Bring the system here, let it integrate with our banking system so that the little money that we earn, we can be able to cash it out. For God's sake, you have failed on employing young people. They have now gotten where they can earn money without stealing. Why don't you support them to cash out that money?
Okay, thank you so much. I think we end on a high note. Maybe I should say for Lop, I think the time we made that presentation was around the budget, around when we are also going into hand over and appointing a new Lop and the speakership turbulence, and now the human rights. This discussion happens amidst a human rights violation, oppression environment. So I'm sure I don't talk with the Lop's office, but I know that it has been turbulent. We have not had time to start to implement the alternative agenda. So, but I'm confident that that shall be worked on. The NUP prioritizes and is sensitive to the digital and creative industry, and that.
How I would love to see him or a member of an opposition member of parliament, since these others present this on the floor of parliament.
Yeah. So yes. that for sure is going to happen. That said, from us, we want to thank you so much for sparing time to come and educate our followers and members of the NUP and generally the young people of this country to earn from social media. Oftentimes we talk politics. The times we're in are really, really difficult. They're really hard, but we have got to have our young people thrive through this tide, so that when we start to build the country, we have young people left to build the country. Like this, I have hosted here one of our candidates in Kanungu who was working outside in UAE and Saudi Arabia. These kids, these young people are tortured. They earn less than you're earning on X. They leave their country. A lot of young people are leaving the country. Yeah. Maybe they could stay here and make content and earn money. But that's why the podcast exists, to add value, especially from the lens of the alternative government. That said, thank you for giving us your consultancy time for free. I hope people who want solutions, digital solutions, will, come to you and you will help them monetize their accounts, how to grow their social media, even, companies which probably God will reward you that way. That said, that marks the end of our discussion.
Laura, I want to just make this statement. I want to appeal to the leadership and the government to free all political prisoners unconditionally.
Yeah. Difficult. I've actually taken long without hosting a podcast because oftentimes I don't want to talk when my mind is not in one place. So, but we could talk about this. Maybe we'll get back to it. But That's it. Thank you so much, guys, for watching the NUP podcast. See you next time. We'll be talking politics and how to make our country better. Bye-bye.